Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. A sentencing date has been set for a male possessing crystal methamphetamine. Also tonight, DPS gives an update on the 2 reported cases of attempted kidnapping. And classes back in session for students at NMC. We take you there. In sports, a blast from the past. Shouldn't he be playing with guys his own age? Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
The phone you want now on the best network and a plan that gives you endless data on chat, social, and music apps. Tell your Docomo Pacific rep you want now with access. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply.
A new year. A new decade. Brings new opportunities. At Pacific Insurance Underwriters, we are happy to help. Rest assured, Marianas.
Watch the Visitors Channel online, on time, anytime at saipantv.com. Where to go, what to see, what to do. Restaurants, spas, activities, and culture. It's all in one place, in high definition, on your mobile device. saipantv.com. Check it out.
Hafa Day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Tuesday, January 21st, 2020. In court, Judge Teresa Kim Tenorio finds probable cause of a sexual abuse of a minor by a 28-year-old male from Rhoda. During a preliminary hearing today, Detective Ben Adelig was called to the stand for questioning. Adelig interviewed 28-year-old Justin Babauta Pangilinan before he was arrested. Court documents state on October 9th, an employee from Dr. Rena Jacob Enos Jr. Senior High School on Rhoda reported to the Department of Public Safety that there was sexual contact between Pangilinan and a 15-year-old minor. Investigations showed communication between Pangilinan and the minor through social media, and that the two are neighbors on Rhoda. Pangilinan admitted to officers that he had engaged in sexual contact with the minor. Bail is still set at $50,000, and an arraignment has been scheduled for February 10th at 9 a.m. Also in court, a male that has pled guilty to possessing a controlled substance, crystal methamphetamine, has a status conference in the courtroom of Judge Kenneth Govindo. 38-year-old Larry Agui pled guilty to possession .36 gross grams of crystal meth back in 2016. Agui was part of the drug court program, but was terminated back in December of 2019 due to violations of the drug court terms and conditions. Today in court, Judge Govindo requested a pre-sentence investigation be done 1 month before sentencing, and a sentencing date has been scheduled for May 5th at 1:30. Police has determined reports of the 2 attempted kidnapping cases to be false. On January 10th and 12th, the Department of Public Safety received separate reports of 2 attempted kidnapping incidents in the Dandan village. Police patrol units conducted a thorough sweep within the village as they were on the lookout for a suspicious silver or gray sedan. On both occasions, police were unable to locate the described vehicle. After follow-up with both callers and victims, police has concluded that both reports were false and did not occur. After a thorough review from the Department of Finance and the Legislative Bureau of the fiscal year 2019 deficit, Secretary David Adelig found the deficit to be lower than the original reported amount. The Department of Finance has provided clarification on the fiscal year 2019 deficit and has made some changes to the amount.
After reviewing what we had submitted to the legislature, the original $98 million in deficit is actually $9.2 million less.
Making the correct 2019 deficit amount at about $88 million.
We saw that we, on error, double booked in our records the obligations we had to our component units or autonomous agencies. That includes MVA, NMC, and basically those two areas, we double booked what we owed them. And so that caused a $9.2 million difference.
Secretary Adelig states the typhoon was a major contributor to the deficit.
The typhoon caused us to spend, at the moment, $49 million still needs to be reimbursed from FEMA. We spent $15 million in medical referral. We spent $3 million in overtime for law enforcement activities. And then generally about $5 million in all other areas. And we struggled through 2019, but we anticipate to pay down these obligations and watch our spending properly and try to minimize our deficits.
Adelig states the revised annual report was submitted today to the legislature. Semester break has officially ended for college kids, and today they are back in class and pods. Our Sally Lemus reports.
It's the first day for students at the Northern Marianas College, and it's kicked off with a block party to get students active and ready to start the new semester.
This is our block party. We have a lot of organizations here to help the students bring it on campus. That way they don't have to go out. It's all here. There's a lot of services that they're providing for our students, and it's just a time to get together and welcome the students on campus.
KSPN speaks with NMC's interim president, Frankie Elliptical, who says the school year opened with a strong enrollment, and this year, NMC can expect major upgrades and improvements.
The college is in the process of securing funds to be able to fund the construction of brand new buildings for our classrooms, for our offices, for our programs, for our computer labs, for the student center, the gym, and all the facilities that we lost in Super Typhoon U2. A couple weeks ago, we made a very historic announcement about securing about $22 million from the U.S. Department of Education. We are also pursuing other sources of funds that include the FEMA 428 program, the CDBG-DR program, and other federal sources to help NMC build state-of-the-art, modern, technologically advanced buildings for our community.
Elliptical says NMC is also in the process of engaging the services of an architectural and engineering firm to help with the facility's master plan and lay out what the campus will look like over the next 20 years.
We want to be building for the future, not what we just lost in the storm, but we want to make certain that when the buildings come up, they are future ready, not just what we need right now, but what we will need as a campus, as a college, and as a community here in the CNMI.
Classes are still being held in pods, but there are quite a few renovated classrooms ready to be used. Elliptical also adds the aquaculture facility, student transition center, and the school gym are currently undergoing repairs. Other programs and services also remain a priority for NMC to help students academically, professionally, and socially.
That we're not slowing down just because the typhoon slowed us down in terms of our facilities, but our programs and services are going strong 100%. We have not canceled classes. We have not slowed down in hosting student events. We have not slowed down in our accreditation efforts. Things are going 100%. And I really want to thank the faculty, the staff, the administrators, all the folks, not just on Saipan, but also on Tinian and Rhoda, for their efforts in making certain that our students are engaged at all levels.
It was a bittersweet day for some students who were happy to be back on campus and ready to take on the school year.
Well, actually exciting because I'm able to see my peers and take new classes. This goal is to graduate this year and to pursue my dream to follow my career in the future.
It's nice to be back. I'm not excited for the projects, but I will make the most of it. Yeah, I'll make the most of it for sure.
I never left. We've been working on stuff outside of the school semester, so it feels like a normal day, but it's good to see everybody back on campus.
Registration is still open, and those interested may enroll until the last day of this week. For more information, you may call 234-5498. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Sally Limis.
Coming up, the east side of Saipan got a new landmark that grabs the attention of a lot of residents. More details after the break.
Mom, are you sure? What about the shutters? And do you have your medicine?
Don't worry about us, love, okay? You take good care of yourself. Hi, my love. Yeah, sorry. The power went out, so I had to light up all the candles. Yeah. Yes, baby, yeah. I'm just glad our home phone's working and we're able to contact you.
Jose and Pedro were born on the very same day. Jose liked to play sports. Pedro liked to play video games. Jose's favorite word was pass. Pass me the ball. Pedro's favorite word was pass too. Pass me the rice. Jose is retired and has both time and energy. His life is just beginning. Pedro has diabetes, hypertension, and gout. His life could soon end. Eat less, play more, live longer. Brought to you by PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. A new project in Cadman has made a lot of residents real happy. Sally Lemus tells you why.
The village of Cadman is quiet and simple. There isn't a lot of lively activities, and really residents are used to the plain sights while driving around. But over the 3-day weekend, Representative Lorenzo de Leon Guerrero has collaborated with Representative Joel Camacho to bring color to Cadman Village.
Always had a dream that one of these days I'll have this mural that had been graffiti way back, and I was very fortunate that Chairman Joel Camacho is an artist, born an artist. He's born an artist, and we collaborated, and then he agreed to help me and to help Precinct 5, and especially the Cadman community. So this is one thing that I like to help the community by beautifying our villages, and I'm so proud.
Cadman is the only village in Saipan with all 3 school levels, which inspired the design of the mural.
And so, of course, the Lanchero is the Ocean View Chacha Middle School. The Cadman Elementary School is the Marlin, and of course, the Cadman High School is the Azuzu. And that's basically the idea, to present these mural reflecting the 3 schools that we have here.
Representative Camacho says he is grateful for the entrustment and will always be ready to help Precinct 5.
When we started this project, there was a lot of graffiti. According to Vice Speaker, had some words that were not really too nice for the community to see. So he wanted to do something about it, and we collaborated. And I just want to say thank you to the Vice Speaker. Great job. More to come.
Residents also expressed their gratitude and excitement for future beautification projects.
You know the crab, like umang, the coconut crab.
Coconut crab, yeah, that's our culture. good, nice. They're beautiful. Artistic. Yeah. Exciting. It's so good.
Happy to see this kind of project in Cadman.
This is Ali Limas for KSPN News.
On Guam, an emergency session was held at the Guam legislature for a recall election of a mayor who is behind bars. KUAM reports.
Off-a-day Tauta CNMI, here's what's making news on Guam. What started out as a bill to initiate a recall election for Jotny Mayor Jesse Blas was changed dramatically during an emergency session of the 35th Guam legislature. The new version of Bill 259 was passed by senators on Saturday afternoon. Called into special session by Acting Speaker Talina Nelson to address a public safety emergency in the village of Jotnya, Bill 259 topped the agenda to initiate a recall election of jailed Jotny Mayor Jesse Blas, who's in the slammer waiting for trial in February on drug-related charges.
This bill is proffered to give the people a choice. Whether they want to choose to have a recall, they have that right in the voting booth.
But from the jump, senators had issues with being called into special session in the first place. Minority Leader Senator Tello Taitagui questioning Chief of Police Steve Ignacio on whether crime was actually on the rise in Jotnya.
So it is declined?
It's flat. You know, there's no significant spike that I've seen in the crimes reported to the Guam Police Department.
While senators continued in special session, other issues arose, such as BBMR's Lester Carlson sending a memo that there's no money.
BBMR's position remains firm on any bills seeking to appropriate FY 2019 funds. We are in a deficit and these funds are not available.
They're basically telling the 35th Guam legislature to go fly a kite.
Aside from no money, there's also not enough time to initiate the recall and special election process. According to the GEC, it would take the process for the recall over 60 days, followed by another 60 days for a special election. Senator Therese Terlahi.
So we're already, I said April 15, that would be May 15, June 15, June 15, by the time we determine who's going to fill that seat that we've recalled, right?
Yes,
approximately
it'll be around that time.
In the end, former three-term Jotny Mayor and Committee Chair on Public Safety Senator Pito Terlahi proffered an amendment to scrap the recall and instead deal with what to do if a temporary vacancy exists.
The Municipal Planning Council of the affected village shall appoint an acting mayor with the advice and consent of the legislature in Guam within 30 days of the temporary vacancy being identified.
The acting mayor would serve until the elected mayor is able to return to office or a new mayor is elected in a general election. Bill 259 in its new form was passed unanimously by all 15 senators. Meanwhile, as for Mayor Blas, he recently appointed a municipal planning council, something he hadn't done since he was elected 3 years ago. The MPC will be sworn in by Mayor's Council of Guam President Melissa Savares. Stay connected by way of our KUAM mobile news app or follow us on any of the social media platforms and sign up for our weekly email newsletter, KUAM Digital Digest on KUAM.com. For Guam's News Network, Wahoosie Chris Barnett.
All right, listen up. This is important for a lot of people, especially people with rubber cleats. All right, we're going to have sports next, so just relax.
Hi, I'm Thelma, a certified ophthalmic assistant here at Mariana's Eye Institute. Today we want to talk to you about your eyes and how to take care of them for a lifetime of good vision.
Pink eye has a number of different causes, including viruses, bacteria, irritants such as shampoos or pool chlorine, or even allergies.
Conjunctivitis
or as it's more commonly known, pink eye, is a common infection affecting the white part of the eye. Unfortunately, this condition is very contagious and can rapidly spread through a family and a school.
Pink eye is not a serious health risk if diagnosed promptly. Pink eye in newborn babies, however, should be reported to a doctor immediately as it could be a vision-threatening infection.
Pink eye usually lasts about 7 to 10 days, but if we put you on some drops, those drops will speed up the recovery and also protect other people from catching it from you.
Many eye issues can be treated right here on Saipan. Come see for yourself.
This has been Dr. Dennis Williams of the Marianas Eye Institute.
Summer is here. Have some fun at Marianas Trekking inside the Mariana Resort. Feel the speed at the Seaside Circuit. Trek to the rugged Forbidden Island. Ride a buggy or ATV on our off-road adventure. Go stand-up paddleboarding. Whack balls at the driving range. Or pitch or putt on the short course. It's all at Saipan's premier and homegrown adventure company, Marianas Trekking. Book online at marianastrekking.com or come see us inside the Mariana Resort.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, spring is in the air, and spring will soon be in the steps of hundreds of young soccer players. The Northern Mariana Islands Football Association announces that its 2020 spring season will launch February the 14th. That's right, Valentine's Day, because kids love soccer. Teams are forming now, so anyone wanting to play needs to sign up. And you can do so at the Coblerville Training Facility. Final day of registration, January the 31st. There are non-competitive leagues, U6, U8, U10, and U12. Those are all co-ed. Also, there will be 4 competitive leagues, U13 co-ed, U16 boys, U17 girls, U19 boys. In its 14 years, youth soccer has gone from nothing to being the most played sport in terms of participation on the island. And these leagues will feed the national teams that travel each year to East Asian Football Federation tournaments and training opportunities. What a difference a year and a gymnasium makes. Now that the MHS gym is back up, so are interscholastic sports. Last night we did a story about how spirited the girls' high school basketball season was. Is there a renewed enthusiasm for interscholastic sports this school year? Well, I thought I was feeling it, and then this confirms it. Boys' high school basketball this year will have a record-smashing 11 teams. Marianas High School has 2 varsity teams and 1 junior varsity team. Cadman High School, also 2 varsity squads and 1 JVs. Mount Carmel, they've got a varsity and a junior varsity team. Saipan Southern, Saipan International School, and Agape Christian School also playing. The season will tip off on January the 28th. Will run until March 14th. Games on Tuesdays and Thursday afternoons after school. Sticking with basketball, when the United Filipino Organization basketball leagues first started a couple of decades ago, eligibility was restricted to Filipino descent. But they did away with that, and the UFO leagues now welcomes everyone. And with more local talent, well, this season the UFO league is looking a lot like the old island-wide league. Islander rent a car in green versus Shirley's Cafe, home of the fried rice. Matt Mintak fries Shirley's right there on a stick back, no oil needed. End of the third, only a 2-point differential. Check that. Make it a 1-point game in favor of the rent-a-cars. Game on. Don't go away now. Final seconds of the third. Freddie Policeman misses a gimme at the buzzer, and that makeup doesn't count. Here we go, the money quarter. Islander swing the ball around to the wide open Rodel Pastrama. Why leave him open, huh?
Gerald Flores out to a wide open Ed Diaz. Why leave him open, huh? Mintak, a one-man scoring machine. The stop and pop for a three-point drop. The rental cars down by just one. Diaz, top of the key to Mendiola. Off of Sidney Kwan's noggin over to Jack Aranda. Jack says, put that on your pancakes. Flores to Policeman. Up and down. What year is this anyway? Are we in a time machine? Must be. Look at Diaz. He's still going strong to the hole. He's supposed to be playing in the Masters League. Didn't anyone tell him? Freddie for the automatic. Well, it used to be automatic in the old days. Pressure defense. Mendiola, the steal. And this time, Freddie converts. And Shirley's goes up by 6. Pastrana slices the deficit in half just like he cuts Crispy Pata. He had a game-high 40 points. Mintak working the middle. He meets a wall of resistance. And then Diaz to Policeman. No resistance there. Yeah, it was easier than eating chicken chaser. Bad play by the car business. They throw the ball right to Mendiola. That's like giving your rental to the wrong customer. Shirley's the double order of defense. No foul. Oh, I see. There's one. Well, you know, this game went to the wire. It was an Ed Diaz three-pointer in overtime, proving to be the difference. The Shirley's Cafe devours Islander Rent-A-Car 105-102. Ed Diaz leading his team with 28.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
So what are you going to do this year? At Gold's, a dedicated fitness studio with a cushioned floor is perfect for group exercise. The cardio room features a variety of treadmills, bikes, steppers, and ellipticals. Fitness machines will help you achieve your goals, and the largest free weight area on Saipan gives you comfortable space to work out. Gold's Gym team is ready to help you get to your goals. Try harder. We know you can do it.
Traveling or laying over on Guam? Don't wait around. Zip into Guam Adventures Zipline Park inside the Hilton Resort and Spa. Guides will take you through a series of zips, starting with a mountain course and then zip over the ocean with spectacular views of Tumon Bay. 6 zip lines in all deliver a thrilling experience, and it's family friendly, so bring the kids ages 6 and up. You'll love the security of double lines and a new braking system to make riding smoother. The towers are named after the islands in the Marianas. We call it the Island Hopper. Your guides will teach you what you need to know to soar through the jungle with a bird's eye view. Best of all, for residents of Saipan, Tinian, and Rota, you can book this experience at 20% savings. Log on to GuamAdventures.com and during checkout, use offer code HAFA20. Book it and zip it today. We'll even pick you up. Today was a wintry, blustery day. Our high only 84, low 78. Heat index, well, don't even worry about that these days. Humidity 74%. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, isolated showers from northeast winds, 20 to 25 miles an hour. High 86, low 76. Seas 8 to 11 feet out there and choppy. Sunrise 6:47, high tide 7:12, followed by a low tide 7 past noon, high tide 1 past 5, and sunset 9 past 6.
All right, thank you, Bob, for that.
You're most
and
welcome.
It was very windy.
Felt
today.
like a winter. I mean, this is more like Seattle weather. I mean,
it was.
Although, like we're complaining, you know, I'm not complaining, but 74, you know, in Seattle would be just like this, would be 54.
Yeah, it would be a little
44.
Bit for sure with the wind. It cooled it down a little bit, made it a little cooler.
Cut down on the air conditioning bill.
There we go.
There you go.
This time of year.
Look on the bright side.
That's true. All right, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night. We'll catch you back here tomorrow.
Good night.